Hey guys, what's up? It's Inter Miami Talk. I'm Chris Osada, joined by Steven Reyes and Michael Morris. And we're going to go straight into a game recap of the first game. Inter Miami playing Orlando City at home. No fans, of course, only cardboard cutouts. Yeah, it was a good game, and we'll get straight into it after those, MLS's back games in the first two games of the season, pre-COVID. They still hadn't gotten a win, but tonight they get it done. What'd you think of the game, Mike?
They finally looked like they were a solid team and complete for the first time.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the thing I liked today was because they did have that one game against Orlando City where they looked good in the MLS's back tournament, right?
mhm.
And today they put it together for a full 90.
They actually had a game plan going into this game, and obviously Orlando showed what they can do in the tournament. So they knew what Orlando's style was, and they countered it, and they did it perfectly.
Orlando did own 65% of the possession compared to Miami's 35%. And one thing I could say is they did seem like a different team. I think them kind of getting knocked out early out of that tournament kind of helped them kind of, gel together as a team during those practice to get, ahead.
I think that bubble helped out Inter Miami kind of build that chemistry that they didn't really get the chance to do. They had taken a however long, 4-month long break, 5-month long break, and to get that bubble experience and get those, 3 weeks together, stuck together, they can't get out of each other's spaces. I think that probably helped them out.
This game, they pretty much concentrated on their defending and let the naturally good attacking players like Pizarro control the game. And Pizarro was amazing today. He showed exactly what he could do.
Mm-hmm.
He had an assist, he had a goal, and he had another one that went off the post that almost was another goal on top of that. Pizarro showed that he's one of the best attacking players in the MLS and an all-star for sure.
What about pretty boy Julian?
All right. Yes.
Carranza, baby.
Carranza. He looked good, man. He looked
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Dude, I got so hyped seeing that he scored those two goals because it was like, that's the guy, right? That's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy that we need because, obviously we got Blaze coming in. We got Pizarro. We need to score. We need the guy who's going to score the goals.
Right.
And we are not going to win unless Carranza is getting that done.
Okay.
He's a solid backup. I'll give him that. But I don't think he is the guy. I don't think his output will be enough to take them past first round playoffs type of thing.
But I have to say one thing, though. It's good to see, as myself, as a Miami resident, not resident, but born and raised in Miami, it's good to see their first home game, even though without fans, they got the dub. And, coming with, kind of going to be a rival with Orlando City, we're trying to win the state. And it's such a great first win for David Beckham and the organization itself.
The success of this team this year, whether or not they make the playoffs, all comes down to the young guys, the young trio. Because we know Blaze, we know Pizarro, we know those three center backs. That's a solid middle of the field, right? It's going to come down to the two wingers up top, Pellegrini and Morgan, and it's going to come down to Carranza. Those guys, and that's the thing, right? But those three guys is who it's going to come down to. If we don't sign another DP that can score goals, it's going to come down to those guys. They have to be those difference makers, right?
I still think they need to sign another guy in the attack, whether it's now or in January. There needs to be another attacker signed because they're not deep enough. If Pizarro gets hurt, they have no attack.
Yeah.
Nobody. He's the sole connection on everything they did this game.
Yeah.
And anything I ever saw in the bubble. So
he's the best player on the field. You watch
he's easily the best player.
You watch the games and he's the best player on the field. And Mike, as you'll get to know us more, Mike is a little bit of an outsider compared to me and Steven. Me and Steven both from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike being from Virginia, growing up a DC fan, right?
Yep, DC.
Yep. So I want to give Carranza that chance. I want to give him that chance to become that guy. Just how would you grade that performance today from the players and from Coach Alonso? We'll start with Mike.
For If I have to grade it out, let's see, like out of 10, I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
Tactically really good. They took most of their chances. They did well. They held off at a very good attacking team as much as possible. But at the end of the day, they still outscored that attacking team. So you won the game.
And who would you give your player of the match? I know it's easy, but
Pizarro was by
Yeah.
far. He was so good.
yeah,
He was so good today. It was very fun to watch. Whenever he got the ball, you never knew what was going to happen. And it was just like, it always seemed like something exciting was going to happen. So
for sure.
I was very excited to see him play like we thought he could play.
I gotta tell you, man, it's the first official Inter Miami victory. So it doesn't matter, man. We got the freaking win. We got the dub, man. All around team effort. If I had to give a player of the match, yeah, Pizarro. I respect Mike and his opinion completely.
I already know who it is.
But, bro, it's got to be Carranza. Come on. I mean, that's a pretty boy magic right there, man.
You know, I give the team probably a 7.5 out of 10. I thought they played well. I thought it was an improvement from what we've seen in the bubble. I mean, Pizarro was fantastic. Carranza gave us 2 goals, which, I mean, was desperately needed. Pizarro was the most influential guy in the game. I mean, we already said it earlier. He was, when he's on the field, you could see he's the best player on the team. He's so calm. He's so collected. He's so cool. He has a swagger to him that's X factor, right? And that's what we, you know, you wish. And I really like Carranza. I think he has a lot of potential, and I've given him a lot of stuff. But you don't see that. You don't see that X factor. That you see that swagger that Pizarro has.
Well, one thing I want to add to this before we wrap things up is my boy Reyes. As you know, I am Steven Reyes. He's kind of a distant relative cousin, you could say. He's not, but in my mind, he is. He didn't have a yellow card today. And that guy plays with guts. And that's what I like about him, baby.
All right, we'll be back
Awesome.
soon. We'll be back soon with another episode. We're going to talk Blaze, Matuidi.
Oh,
the guy right there on the bottom.
I can't
right
wait.
there. Yeah, we're going to talk about him. And we're going to talk about any possible DPs that could come up. Please quiet that dog. So we'll talk about what else could happen, how they're going to tactically put him into the squad. And, yeah. So thanks for joining us. This is Inter Miami Talk. I'm Chris Asada, Mike Morris, and Stephen Reyes. We're out.